How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews, and this is my review for the Alto Nights. Guys, if you could, give us a like, give us a subscribe, help me grow in 2025. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Got something big happening for 2,000 subscribers, so let's get there. Alright, so let's get right into this review. This is the story of Frank Costello and Vito Genovese, once best friends turned rival, both played by Robert De Niro. Now, I want to say that, do I believe that both these characters needed to be played by Robert De Niro? No. I will say they made his acting and they made him very distinctly different, which you don't even see De Niro in the other character. The one that's like hardcore De Niro, but then Vito Genovese, you don't see De Niro in it. It's very different. The speech is all different, everything, which I thought was very cool. This is based on a book by Nicholas Pileggi, who is one of the top mob writers, like Casino, I think Goodfellas. And this is the story of Frank Costello, the man who was the top mob boss, and then brought down the mob because Vito tried to kill him. And he was like, you know what? I'm fucking out. So the story is that Frank got shot in the head. The bullet went in around his skull and then exited out the other side. Woo! Can you imagine that happening to you and you living through that? That is fucking insane. And then he is like, I get the message. I'm out. I'm done. I'm going to go live my life somewhere else. And this is the whole story that's leading up to that. I previously had watched a documentary on this a while back, and this was very cool. And how it played out was just kind of weird. But then you kind of get the story of that Frank might have done all of this. So speed run kind of through this. He's going to hand it over to Vito. He's like, hey, I'm done. I'm out. You want to be the boss? That's fine. I'm out. I'm done. And so they have this meeting of all the bosses from all over the country, all over the world, come to this old bootlegger's farm. There were these tips to the cops that there was bootlegging going on, and one of the cops decided to go down to the farm and check it out and get some license plates. Well, the son of the bootlegger saw the cop, went and told him, and all the mob bosses freaked out and took off. They all got stuck in the mud because this is on a farm, and they all parked in the mud, not knowing it was muddy. And as they went out, the cops got each and every single one of them, and it exposed the mob to being a worldwide group, syndicate. And at the time, J. Edgar Hoover, who was the leader of the FBI, said that the mob was not nationwide threat and all this other shit. And he had some egg on his face there. This story is dope as shit. You go through Frank's life with Vito, and then how it turned. How Frank was the big boss, the biggest boss of them all. He got it because Vito had to leave the country, and he turned it over to Frank. And then when Vito came back, Frank was like, nah, I'm not really going to turn it over. It's very different. All the heads kind of had a powwow and was like, no, we like where Frank's taking us. This is the most they've ever profited and everything. They wanted to keep it straight. Vito was also into the drug racket, which they did not want to have anything to do with. Yes, believe it or not, at some point, the mob wanted nothing to do with narcotics. They were quite happy with their booze and other shit. but didn't want anything to do with drugs because he explains it. He's like, you get caught for bootlegging, you kind of get a slap on the wrist. You get found with just a little baggie of this stuff, you get 20 years in prison. So he had the thing. So Vito was like, okay, well, I'm gonna kill him because Vito's kind of like one of those guys. He's a blunt instrument. He's not ever thinking forward thinking. He's like, what can I get now? What can I get now? What can I get now? And ultimately, that was Vito's downfall. I really dug this movie. We don't get a lot of mob movies out anymore. This type of genre, when it comes out, it is truly something that warms my heart. I've lived in Las Vegas my whole life, and the mob is something that was very, very integral to the Las Vegas, and it's something that means a lot in my heart and shit like that. I love hearing stories about the mob. We have the mob museum downtown, and this was a fun, cool movie. Barry Levinson directed it. It was very dope. I thought it was very fun, very cool. Like I said, my problem with it was, do we needed Robert De Niro to play both characters? Probably not. But they made it distinct enough that you didn't know it was really Robert De Niro on the playing the other character, Vito Genovese. I like this movie, man. If you guys get a chance, go see it. It did not do well in the box office, but a lot of movies aren't doing well in the box office right now. But if you guys get a chance, go see the Alto Nights. It's very dope. If you want a deep dive, there is a documentary out about all this, and it's pretty dope. Where does this lie in my 5-star review scale? The story is a 4. The cinematography is a 3.5. The characters are a 4. The design is a 4, which brings our total to 3.875. Guys, let me know down below. Did you see the Alto Nights? Sure, love to have a conversation with you. Give us that like, give us a subscribe, help us grow in 2025. Marching on the road to 2000. Let's get there, guys. Thank you so very much. And I will see you in my next review. Bye.